Good morning. What are your kids' mind facing away the bus stop? A very cold morning, and it's about 19 to 21 to drop off and pick up only 42 to 44. Sunrise, 7:10 a.m. We go to the radar. Clear now, nothing there, but in 36 hours, everything's going to change as the first of multiple waves begins to move in. Even in the short term, you're going to get a sense this afternoon that weather is changing. What does that mean? We can see the clouds coming out of northeastern Utah. Where we have our normal morning clouds, there's a higher level clouds, higher part of the atmosphere. Notice how they have sort of a circular motion coming at us from the northwest and then coming down to the south. They are going around a pocket of high pressure that is out by Las Vegas. But clouds are made of moisture, so it gives you an indication as the clouds go from clear this morning to partly cloudy this afternoon that something is starting to change out there. We go to the watches and warnings. There are none. I talked to the National Weather Service this morning. They will probably start issuing winter weather advisories as early as tomorrow afternoon. When we look at the current snowpack, some has melted off east of Montrose as well as towards our mesa, but this is going to be a big event. We're talking about multiple waves, and by the time we get to Sunday night, we could be talking 20-25 inches in the high country and even an inch or two here in town, right down to the deck of the valley floor. In the short term, we're at 18, winds east-northeast at about 6, humidity 77%, dew point at 12. I expect that number to rise over the next 36 hours as moisture continues moving in, and pressure it has already begun to start to break down. Now at 30.29, it was at 30.33 earlier this morning. Current temps out there ranging from -5 in Gunnison, 14 in Aspen, teens to a couple of mid and low 20s on the valley floors, winds all between about 5 and 10 out there, the strongest coming in at Aspen at 9, 8 in Montrose. You factor that in, wind chill feels like 10 here, 8 in Montrose, 8 up in Rifle, and in Aspen, wind chill of 2 degrees right now. Our big enemy that's really caused part of this drought is that these storm waves come through, but we have no moisture. Same thing's playing out now with a dew point of -8 in Gunnison. That is just ridiculously dry. Single digits to a couple of low teens, but the clouds indicate moisture on the move. A better way to show you that, go wide to the national map. All you have to do is look at the Pacific Northwest to know that something strong is brewing up there. So we put it into motion. You can see the first storm system, upper level disturbance by Seattle, and that line is the first of 2 cold fronts. Now let's first just talk about the cold air. 2 cold fronts between now and Sunday, and the one that comes in for the weekend will be the coldest one we've seen yet this fall, knocking the highs down early next week, maybe even into the upper 20s or low 30s. Now let's talk about the energy. We need moisture. Dew points are dry. But if you look at this map, last few days when I showed it to you, it was a solid light blue. Do you notice how we're starting to see the darker blue filter in? That's those clouds I showed you that are streaming around a pocket of high pressure out by Las Vegas. A better way to show you the moisture content is the water vapor satellite. The dark red is extremely dry. That's being pushed down into southern New Mexico, into Texas, and away from us. The light white and green is moisture. That is working its way around the edge of that pocket of high pressure, and that high will buckle over the next 24 hours. So will the high that's over us. High pressure usually means sunny skies, warmer temps. As the highs break down, they allow the waves of energy to start moving in. We go to the wide futurecast. Here comes the first wave, moving in as early as tomorrow afternoon with high elevation snow. But once we get that first of the 2 cold fronts, we're talking about snow levels in the overnight hours dropping all the way down to the deck here in the valley. Let's take a look at the jet stream. Something setting up that's known as a jet streak in meteorology. It's a fancy way of saying a narrow corridor of strong winds that will transport moisture out of the Pacific. You can see that occurring over Los Angeles as it'll spread the energy in towards Arizona, New Mexico, and western Colorado. So we know the moisture's on the way. We know the storm energy waves are coming with their cold fronts and that the moisture will rise. That is almost a perfect recipe for energy, even on the valley floor. We go to the futurecasting computers. We see the clouds partly cloudy today. We see a little bit of high elevation snow in the overnight. Then we get all the way to Thursday. That is the first wave blasting in here. And if you notice, even over us, there is some green and light blues. The one that my son's been super excited about this morning, take a look at this total snow projector, calling between now and Friday night somewhere around 12 to 13 inches in Glenwood Springs, another 10 to 11 in Aspen, even a dusting here, but I'm thinking twice this is easily possible. Today, 44, partly cloudy as the clouds and the moisture begin to build over the region across the area, mid-40s on the valley floors, upper 20s to upper 30s in the high country. Even tonight, a few light flurries in the higher elevations like Vail and Aspen for the resorts. Tonight, 26, mostly cloudy, not as cold. The clouds will trap in some of that daytime heating, and because of that, we won't cool off as much. We'll still get to freezing, single digits in the high country, mid-20s out on the valley floor. Let's break down the next 7 days. Montrose, you're going to be a few hours behind us because you're further south, but 50% chance Thursday with the overnight energy. Same thing Friday. Best chance at valley floor snow for Montrose and Grand Junction looks to be Saturday night and Sunday when the extremely powerful Arctic front has already moved in on Friday. Take a look at the high Saturday, 37, 39, and by the time we get to Monday, the storms pull away, a high of only 34. Let's look at road conditions.